So Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna, you know my glory and know the purpose that this glory should manifest through each and every act, thought and word of yours. That is when you really know who I am. And if you know that, you are freed from all the sins because you are not the doer anymore. You are not the enjoyer too. Na kartasi na bhoktasi mukta evasi sarvada. Ashtavakra says. No doership, no enjoyership. You are ever free. Try to get that understanding. So Krishna is teaching that. And he says, all the qualities within you are because of me only. Beautiful shloka 4th and 5th. Buddhir jnana sammoha. Shama satyam damah shamaha sukham dukkham bhavo abhavo bhayam cha abhayam eva cha. See, both opposites are because of me. Cold is because of me, heat also is because of me. Like that he says, both are because of me. Bhaya is also because of me, abhaya is also because of me. Bhava means something exists, is sufficiently available, and abhava is also because of me, it's a non-existence. I am the reason behind everything, he says. The dualities, the opposites are because some dukkha, sukha. You will say, when God is there, sukham only should be there. Why dukkham should be there? Why? How God exists in dukkham? Why does He create misery and sorrow? Many people argue with me, Swami, when God is so loving, why there are so many poor people? Why there is hunger, poverty, injustice, unfairness, this, that, wars and crimes? And one day one fellow told, you tell God created all, like in this shloka, good and bad. So God only created bad also, right? So why should you blame me? The bad that I am doing is the God doing bad to me. I said, yes, don't worry. When you get punished also, it's God only who is getting punished, not you. You keep that attitude clear. Don't try to fool God around. So that is the idea, that you accept both, then perfectly okay. But what we do, we accept good things and bad things we attribute to God. Like the husband, no? When son wins a medal, see, my son. When he fails in the exam, your son. That attitude should not be there with God. Though both are because of Him. Dukkham, Sukham, Bhava, Abhava, Bhaya, Abhaya is there. Of course, all good qualities like Buddhi, Jnana, Asammoha, Kshama, Satyam, Dama, all this is divine qualities. But even the so-called negative qualities is also because of me only, he says. Thorn is also me, rose is also me. Both have a purpose. So when dukkha comes in our life, what should we think? This is also sent by divine. Go to the depth of why we are sad, where this sadness is coming from. Because of our desires, expectations, attachments, disappointments. Get rid of all of them. That way also you will turn towards God. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Because of that difficulty and sadness, he turned towards Krishna. Shishyastveham shadi mam prapanna. I am surrendering to you, Krishna, help me. Most of the people don't surrender to God unless they get into trouble. So troubles are good. One nice शायरी is there. ये दर्दे दिल है जिसने मुझे उनसे मिलाया है, भगवान भला करे उसका जिसने मेरा दिल दुखाया है. It is because of the pain and misery and sorrow that I have turned towards God. Thanks to that person who caused this pain and misery in my life. Because of him I got to meet God. See the attitude in dukkham. A devotee will think like this. A non-devotee will complain. If you are God, why you are giving trouble to me? That's Swamiji who got cancer. So people say, oh, you are a self-realized fellow, you also got cancer. People are mocking. What your God is doing? He gave you cancer, you worshipped him all through. He said, what cancer? I am only cancer. I am not God cancer. I am only cancer. In that also my God only exists. Ramana Maharshi can put an insect eating into his flesh. Eat, my child, eat. Puts it back into his own flesh. Because they see that. Pandita Samadarshinaha. In everything they see divinity. So that is the idea. In good, bad, ahimsa, samata, tushti, tapo, dhanam, ashwa, yasho, ayashaha. In fame and infamy. Both I only exist. Sometimes we get bad name without doing bad work. People call us names. In that also we should remain equanimous because we should see God's hand. Maybe He's trying to bring down our ego and expectations. We don't know what He's trying to do. So in every situation, bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva pratha vidhaha. In the past, in the present, in the future, whatever you are experiencing, all these are my manifestations only, Krishna is saying. How beautiful his glory, the divine Brahman's glory. When we were traveling recently in Singapore, one of the devotees was, they never knew this concept of Brahman. Poor Singapore Chinese people. After half the Chinese people don't even believe in God because they are atheists. And these people learnt about God, first Saguna God and now Nirguna God, and they're so excited. Oh, this concept of Brahman is so beautiful. Everything is perfect. In that Brahman's idea, good is perfect, bad is perfect, success is perfect, failure is also perfect. They were talking like this to me. I was so thrilled to hear this, because they've understood this concept. So that is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. Know this concept and you will be free. Now the devotee of Singapore is free because he sees God's hand in bad also. Success also, failure also, good name also, bad name also. And everything is seeing God's hand, Brahman's plan, divine design. See, he is free of sorrow and miseries. That is the idea. Why Krishna is telling all this to Arjuna, that in good and bad, in both the opposites, see me only, I am only existing in both. And he continues to glorify himself, that how I only created Manus, I only created the Maharshis, I only create Prajapati, everything I only created. I means not the Krishna of Yaduvamsha, the Brahman who created. So I am going to skip all those shlokas. And he says that Etam Vibhutim Yogam cha Mamayo Veti Tatvataha. This Vibhuti Yoga, the one who understands. By this Vibhuti Yoga means by constantly contemplating on my divine glory, by seeing my hand in everything in your life. The one who develops an understanding of mind, Tattvataha, completely in principle understanding, so Vikalpena Yogena Yujyate Natra Sanshaya. He says Avikalpena means such a person does not waver. He has no other choice other than me. I am the one and the only choice. That is what PBM girls were saying, no? We have no backup plans. God's plan is our plan. We have no backup plans. This is that devotee who knows me thoroughly, has no backup plans. The faith in me never wavers. Bad happens also, his faith only gets more reinforced. So such a person alone is devotee. The one who understands this is also yoga. Krishna is saying this is yoga, Vibhuti yoga. Such a yogi, yujyate natra sanshaya, attains me without doubt. He will realize me without doubt. Why? Because he has complete faith in my glory. Good, bad, ugly, everything is your glory only, O divine. So this is the beauty of this yoga, that you think of everything as divine only. Then he goes on saying that Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanditaha. Those buddhiman, those who have some brains, those who have right discrimination, with constant contemplation and without unwavering devotion to me, such people always remember me and know that because of me only everything has come into existence. I am the source of all. Such a person is a buddhiman, he's a man of wisdom. Fools only complain. One fool was sitting under a tree and he told, what creation is this, God? Small apples are kept on big thick branches of the tree. And this big pumpkin is hanging from a very thin tendril. It should have been the other way around. Pumpkin should be on big trees and apples should be on thin tendril. Just then an apple fell on his head. He said, yes, your creation is perfect. So we have our own problems with God's creation. God has no problem. He has done everything perfect. The Buddhiman will see this perfection in everything. He will not complain and cry. That is what he's saying, Buddha, Buddhi. And why I want you to remember this word, because Krishna is going to give you something out of this chapter. He says, continues to glorify such a devotee. He says, Madchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. This is one of my favorite shlokas. It says, how are my devotees? Madchitta, their all mind is absorbed in me. In everything, Swami, 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 Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, everything is that only for them. Madgata prana, I am the life force. Without me, they cannot exist like those gopikas, the Jagopika Anam. Bodhayanta parasparam, all the time they are talking to each other about me and my glory only. They have no other discussion. Kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti ramanti cha. They talk about me, they discuss about me, they only sing my glory and they enjoy, they revel in that. They are satisfied with that. Talk to them about the latest movie released, they are not interested. Talk to them about a cricket match going on, they are not interested. Talk to them about the wars going on between Ukraine and Russia, they are not interested. Talk about our Congress, BJP issues, they are not interested. Talk about glory of Swami, they are all ears. Please tell us more, madam. Please tell us more, sir. They are interested only in that. These are my devotees. They are not interested in anything else. Unfortunately, don't take it too far and say, I am not interested in his studies also. No. That cannot happen. That you should be interested in, because that is your offering. Patram pushpam palam toyam. That is your offering to God. So don't you become, some children are extra smart. It's for them. But he says, mat chitta. Always they are absorbed in me, they're thinking of me. And I know a lot of our devotees are like that. All the time they're talking about me, discussing about what I said, what I meant, what I did. They're so interested in all that. They're not interested in other things. Otherwise, why will they come and settle down in an ashram like this? It's because they're interested in God. And developing interest and taste for God is all that I want our teachers to do to our students. This is what I keep telling. They have taste for the world. But helping them to change their taste and develop taste for God is the essence of our education. This is how you must create our children. Matchitta, Madgata Prana, constantly thinking of divinity in everything. Like Prahalada was there, good, bad, everything. That is what I keep telling about Prahalada's story all the time. So this is how it is. And how these people are like Kunti. In Kunti, Krishna, after all the battle got over, Krishna asked Kunti, okay, I'm going back now. Anything that you want to tell me or ask from me? And Kunti has a Kunti Stuti in Bhagavatam. 25 shlokas are there. In this, Kunti praises Krishna and what she prays for. And I picked up that shloka. It comes in Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8. It says, Vipadah santu taha shashvat tatra tarta jagat guru bhavato darshanam yat syat apunah bhava darshanam. She says, give me troubles, Vipadah. Again and again. Why? Because bhavato darshanam, because of that I get to see you. I remember you, I get to see you, come and save us. They leave poisonous snakes, you come and save us. They put us through treacherous court people, you save us. They put us through wars and battles, you come and save us. Every time we are in trouble, you have come and saved us. Therefore, by having your darshan again and again, I will never have to have darshan of this world, she says. I will be freed from the bondage of birth and death. Therefore, please come again and again, but you come only when I am in trouble. So give me trouble again and again, she said. See the beauty of devotion. Give me trouble because only dukha mein sumiran sab kare, sukha mein kare na koi. Kabir Das says, we don't remember God in good times, only in bad times. Kunti says, unfortunately my mind is like this, I remember you in bad times. So please give me more bad times. This is the beauty of devotion. Matchitta, I want to be absorbed continuously in you. Hanuman tells Rama, Rama, please don't ever make me commit the sin of forgetting you. That is the sin that I think I will ever commit, that I forget you. So let me remember you in every situation. And he says, this 10th one is what I was talking about. He says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. For these people whose mind, soul, heart, life force, everything is absorbed in me, who are only interested in me and nothing else, what do I do to them? He says, I give them buddhi yoga. This is another yoga. In Vibhuti yoga, there is a buddhi yoga. They will have the right understanding, right discrimination, right decision-making skill. They will never make a wrong decision in their lives. Kim sadhuna karavam aham kim papam karavam iti, says Taittiriya Upanishad. At the end of our life, we think, why did I not do the right things? Why did I do the wrong things? We regret. Krishna gives us buddhi yoga. And he says, with this buddhi, you will never make a wrong decision in your life. You will always choose God over everything else, and you will always be happy. You will never come to any regrets. At the end of your life, when you die, you have no regrets, no remorse, no sad feelings. You are happy man, dying happy. Because I have given you buddhi yoga. Why did you give you buddhi yoga? Because you always are remembering me. Satata yuktanam. Continuously you are absorbed in me. And priti purvakam, not out of force. Get up at 4:30, do Suprabhatam. After that, chant japam. After that, forcefully, if you remember me, you are not going to get buddhi yoga. Priti purvakam. Because of love for me, you remember me at all times. Therefore, to you, I can give buddhi yoga. And what is this buddhi yoga? We all know buddhi. Sometimes I go by car and there's a little boy who stands on the road and his mother tells to ask me to pray to me. And this boy tells, Swami, nange olle buddhi kodo. He always prays this. Nange olle buddhi kodo. This is buddhi yoga. Krishna only can give that buddhi to think right. Otherwise, our mind always thinks wrong. So this is the power of bhakti. That Krishna says, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yen mamupayanti te. Those who come to me with this kind of bhakti, I give them buddhi to choose the right. Similar verse had come in chapter 2. When first part he explained Sankhya Yoga. After that Krishna says, Esha tehe vitam Sankhya buddhi yoge tvamstu. Now I talk to you about buddhi yoga. There also he talks about it. Where he talks about the principles of karma, karmanyavadikaraste, all that thing, how one should deal with the world. So that buddhi yoga now he's again telling here that I'll give you that. I always tell, see in our institutions how easy it is to do this. Tesham satati yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. With loving service, you can attain this buddhi. In our institutions, it's not a choice. You have to do loving service. I was in the hospital just the day before. I was telling the doctors, see, love is our culture. Treatment will happen, that any hospital will do. Why we are different? Not because we are free, but because we are loving. We are caring. We feel the patient is ours. And the Sri Lankan team from Eastern University, I was there yesterday. They met me, they went to Raipur, they saw this hospital, and they came and told the first time we understood what is healthcare. We really care for our patients here, they said. This is something no medical school teaches. Nobody does it actually, they say. First time we have seen this in action in your hospitals. With love they treat. Not because I told them, they are not patients, they are God only coming in that form. Rogi Devo Bhava. And therefore we treat them with love and care, like our own. Priti Purvakam, Bhajatam, Satatam. This is all possible in these institutions, see. Elsewhere if you work in a corporate hospital, we do not know whether you can treat your patients with so much of love. There is a possibility because you are always driven by targets and pressure and things like that. Here you can do such loving service. This is the beauty of this place. That's why I say if you can't realize God here, then you can't realize anywhere. No? You have to do service. Bhajatam Priti Purvakam you have to do. Otherwise you won't get buddhi. Hanumana was there. He loved Rama, but he also served Rama. Vibhishana loved Rama, but did not serve Rama. He did not get it. Then Hanuman tells Vibhishana, you simply sitting and chanting Rama, 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 you're not doing Rama's work. How will you attain Rama? Then Vibhishana decides to help Rama by telling him the secrets of Ravana, helping him to unite with Mother Sita. So that is the idea. All the time you think of God, you don't have to separately take out time to think of God, because everything that you are doing in our institutions is a loving service to God. In the form of students, in the form of devotees, in the form of patients, in every form. Think like this and you are already redeemed. You got Buddhi Yoga. So this is how it is. Then another assurance Krishna gives here in the 11th shloka is Tesham eva anukampartham aham ajnanamajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Very beautiful shloka. It says, to those people who love and serve me like this and think of me all the time, whom I give Buddhi Yoga, what else I do for them? He says, to them, out of my anukampa, out of my special grace, not ordinary grace, special mercy on them, I destroy the ajnanam in them. The tamaha, the darkness born out of ajnana, I destroy it. How? By lighting the lamp of wisdom in their heart. How? Because I reside in their heart. So I am inside their heart and I will light the lamp of wisdom. In that light, all their ignorance will be destroyed. What an assurance. Krishna says, just do this for me, serve me lovingly in everybody. Priti Purvakam, I'll give you buddhi. You will be able to discriminate between impermanent and permanent, ajnana and jnana. I light the lamp of wisdom in your heart. With that, you can see everything in the right way. You will see divinity everywhere. When it's dark, we take rope for a snake. Last time we discussed that. And we get scared. But when you put a torch, you see that it is only a rope and not a snake. Then you are not scared. When you look at the world, you get scared. Because it's the darkness of ignorance. But when your divine light glows within you, you see in the light of divinity, everything looks divine. Then all your fear disappears. That is the beauty of this Krishna's assurance. I will light the lamp, he says, in your heart. You don't have to do anything. You just be like this, I'll come and light the lamp in your heart and destroy the darkness. What assurance, what assurance. Shankaracharya beautifully has done a commentary on this particular shloka. He says, what is that lamp? He says, your antakarna is the lamp. It should be pure, clean, because if water is there in the lamp, oil will not work. So keep that. What is the oil? He says, grace that you draw because of your devotion from God, that is the oil. He says, wick is the brahmacharya sadhana, being austere and with self-restraint. That is the wick, dry wick, you're not attached to anything. Then the oxygen, the air that is required is intense meditation on the divine, always thinking of the divine. Then the glass case, which avoids the wind so that your flame does not get blown away. That is nothing but a withdrawn mind, which is free from raga dvesha. And the lamp, the light that finally glows there is samyak darshana, he says. The ability to see the sameness in everything. This is how Adi Shankara has explained this shloka. How that lamp is antakarna, you purify of all your negativity. Fill the oil of grace which you have drawn because of devotion. Keep the wick of tapas, brahmacharya, all the austerities, dry wick. Then the air, the oxygen is intense meditation, that mumukshatvam, wanting to know God. And withdrawn mind, upaharit, because The withdrawn mind is not that it will get entangled with objects of the senses. So that is why you have to withdraw your mind. Then your light will glow, and in that light you can see everything clearly. So this is the sadhana that Adi Shankaracharya has recommended. Now what happens because of this? Arjuna is overwhelmed by this declaration of Krishna. He says, Arjuna Vacha, Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam Divyam, Adidevam Ajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rushayaha Sarve, Devarshi Naradas Asito Devalo Vyasa, Swayam Chaiva Bravishive. What Devarshi Narada, Asito, Devala, Vyasa, all these great rishis talk about you. Today you have spoken about that, about yourself to me. I've heard that you are this. I heard rishis talk about you like this. But I am so lucky. I am listening to it from your mouth. And what you are? Parabrahma you are. Parandhama, ultimate refuge for everyone. Pavitram, you bring sacredness, auspiciousness to everyone. Paramam Bhavan, you are the ultimate source of everything. Purusham, you are the one who resides in all. Pura means this body, the one who resides. Shashvatam, you are the permanent. Divyam, Adidevam, you are the first and foremost Lord, Supreme Deity. Ajam, never born. Vibhum, you are everywhere. This is what rishis talk about you, and today I have heard it from your mouth. So Arjuna is overwhelmed. He has forgotten that he has come for a battle. He is so overwhelmed and mesmerized by these divine words of Krishna. So this is Arjuna's adoration, that how he is able to appreciate what Krishna is now. And he's become so overwhelmed that this is the same Lord who is my friend, who is my cousin, who is my playmate, who is my confidant, who is my everything. What a beautiful relation, you know. One shloka will come later. Piteva putrasya sakheva sakyu priya priyaya arhasi deva sodam. Like a father forgives the son, like a friend forgives the friend, like a beloved forgives his lover. Forgive me, or Lord, he says later. That is the relation between them. Imagine the same Lord is the Supreme Brahman. Arjuna is overwhelmed. And he goes on to say, Sarvametad dhrutam manya yanmam vadasi keshava nahite bhagavan vyaktim vidur devana danavaha. What you have told me about yourself directly, nobody knows it, I know. Even devas and devatas or asuras, nobody has understood, not been able to fathom your glory. And you have spoken to me all this by yourself. So he's so happy and so overwhelmed with devotion now. And he also goes on to say, Swayame vatmanatmanam vettattvam parushottama. Only you know yourself. Nobody knows you in entirety. Only you alone know yourself. Atmanatmanam. Nobody else can describe you. I am so lucky that you are describing yourself to me. Can there be a greater fortune? That is Arjuna's joy now. Bhuta bhavan bhutesha deva deva jagatpate. You are the God of all gods. You are the jagatpate. You are the beginning and middle of everything. I am so overwhelmed that I am listening to this truth directly from your lips. How beautiful this worship. And he says, I am not satisfied with your description. Tell me more. Tell me more. Arjuna is still hungry for more. Like the calf, remember the imagery of a calf? Gita is a cow, and the Gita is the milk. And Krishna is the milkman. Upanishads are the cow, and Arjuna is the calf. And a calf is hungry for more. If you go to our Gokulam, you will see. You leave the calf, he will finish all the milk. He won't know where to stop. Wants more and more and more. So Arjuna wants more. He says, Vaktur aham asheshena divyahi atma vibhutayah yabhi vibhuti bhir lokan imans tvam vyapya trishtasi. Tell me more without leaving any detail. Tell me completely about yourself. I want to listen to you. That glory of yours with which you permeate the entire cosmos. Tell me about you. Asheshena, without leaving anything. Tell me the entire story. Sometimes, with children, somebody comes and talks to me, 10 people will be waiting downstairs. What did he say? What did Swami say? What did he say? He'll say, no, he said, no, tell us in detail. Exactly, then you went up and then you said, then what happened? They want to know all details. Some are just out of curiosity, but some out of devotion also. But that is how Arjuna, so glorious you are. Please tell me everything in detail. Because I know nobody knows so much about you. No Rishi, no Deva, no Gana, no Asura. Nobody knows. Nowhere it's written in completely. You alone know, so please tell. Why you should tell me? Arjuna's beauty of this prayer is Katham Vidyamaham Yogim Tvam Sada Parichintayan. How should I know you and remember you at all times? Help me with that. So that I always remember you in everything. Parichintayan, not ordinary chinta. Parichintayan, all the time. I must constantly remember you. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagwan maya. In which all ways, keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. In which all ways I should think of you so that I'm always remembering you. You said you are in everything, you are everything, you permeate everything. So teach me, tell me how all I should remember you. I tell you, Patibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate. Upanishad says, in everything see divinity. In the ant that is crawling in front of you, somebody will think it's just an insect. Biology fellow will think, oh, that's another, this insect. But what will you think? Look at that divine energy, the consciousness in that ant, which is making the ant move, digest. It also has a system with the digestive system. It has a breathing system. It has a system to smell, taste, touch. All that in a miniature ant is available. What a glory of God that ant represents. So somebody who is devotee, he'll see things like that. A beautiful shloka Shankaracharya says, Yatretra manomadiyam bhavatu tattatra bhavatu tava pada pankajam. Wherever my mind goes, let me see your feet. Let me see your feet everywhere. And that is what in Jidagdishya Viveka also it is said, Dehabhimanam galite vijnate paramatmani yatra yatra manoyati tatra tatra samadhayaha. Once my ego is dissolved and I know your truth, wherever my mind goes, I'm in samadhi. Samadhi means in the complete absorption in that highest truth. My mind is never deflected, never disturbed, always equanimous because I see you in everything. This is what you blessed me with. Therefore, tell me more about you, because only when you tell me more and how to worship you, how to remember you in everything, will I be able to constantly remember you. Because you said, if I remember you constantly, you will give me buddhi yoga, and that will help me to redeem myself. So please teach me. He goes on to say, Vistarena atmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya kataya triptir shunvanto nasti me amrit. This is amritam. I am not satisfied with whatever you have told. Tell me more. Because how can one be satisfied with this elixir of beautiful knowledge about you? Tell me, Vistarena atmano yoga. Oh, about your yoga, tell me in detail. Don't leave any details. Bhagavan says, Hantate kathayishyami divya hi atma vibhutaya pradhayanta kuru shreshta nastyanto vistarasya me. Nasti antah, there is no end to my glory. You want to listen to everything, but I cannot explain to you because there is no end to my glory. I can't tell you in detail. Kabir Das says, Sab dharti kagaz karu, lekhani sab ban raye, saat samudra ki masi karu, guru guna likha na jaye. Even if I turn the whole ocean into ink and all the forests into a pen and earth into paper, even then I cannot describe your glory, O Guru. Kabir Das says. Same thing, Krishna himself is saying, you want to know everything about me, but one thing I can't do for you is to tell you entirely about me because it is so big, my glory is so great. I can't explain to you. But pradhanyanta, main things, sample I'll give you. Little illustration I'll give you. I can't explain to you the entire glory. Because Arjuna asked, no, give me entire detail without leaving anything because I want to know everything about you. Krishna says, I would love to tell you, but Arjuna has forgotten, he has come for battle, sitting and asking for. Many children are very chalu. Many times in the class, they don't want to study. What they do, they catch the hold of the poor devoted teacher. Sir, today tell us about Swami, sir. And that's it. The teacher starts, poor fellow loses himself. And these children are having happy time, bunk the whole class, never studied anything. But that is insincere way of learning. This is Arjuna sincere. He has a battle to fight. There are people waiting on either sides. He is in the midst of the battlefield. Yet he is so overwhelmed by Arjuna. Arjuna is overwhelmed by Krishna. He says, tell me everything in detail. I want to listen to it. And Krishna says, I'm sorry, I can't. Because it is so big, my glory is so big, I can't explain. But I'll give you some highlights, simple things I can tell you.